Hey everyone, welcome back to 996, the Howl, the first addition to the Arizona Coyotes this season. A waiver pickup from Calgary, Adam Ruzicka, 24 years old. Honestly, if you see someone on waivers, please go to Elite Prospects and look how tall they are. If they're over 6'2", Bill Armstrong's got his sights on him. Ruzicka, 6'4", 216 pounds, still only 24 years old. He's not an NHL journeyman veteran. He's still a young guy. Some sort of potential still there that may have flamed out with the Flames. We know Andre Tourigny, the head coach of the Coyotes, loves to get the talent and skill out of his young guys. So it's another project, and maybe he could get something out of a player like Ruzicka. Don't have your hopes so up that it's going to turn out like the last Calgary Flame waiver pickup the Coyotes had in Valimaki, who had an amazing season last year. This year it's a bit up and down, but recently he's been pretty good, and he's been a sturdy defenseman for the Coyotes for almost 2 seasons. Now, Ruzicka not having too hot of a season this year, only 9 points in 39 games played, but his face-offs, I mean, already put him on the Coyotes roster, and he's second place on the team in terms of face-offs, just about 1.5% behind Bukestad. The Coyotes really struggle at face-offs. There's a lot of games where I'm saying that their face-offs are like below 35%. It's unacceptable. They got to work at it and fix it. They did hire Blaine Forsyth in the offseason, who's done a remarkable job for the power play, but he also was brought in to help the faceoffs. Power play is doing good, faceoffs not too good, so they need something there. He might not even play center for the Coyotes. I've been reading online about Ruzicka that, sometimes he's better off playing as a winger. He doesn't really live up to that centerman role. He's not good on the fourth line. Well, for the Coyotes, they already have three bona fide centers in Bukestad, Kerfoot, and McBain. Cooley right now is playing center. They did have a stretch of games where they didn't put Cooley's center, but right now Cooley's playing center, usually with Gunther. And in the Florida game, Zucker was on that line as well. So we'll see where Zichka fits in. It's another versatile player. Could play him on the wing, could play him at the center position. Last season, he had a really good start to the season. He had 20 points in 25 games played, and then went 19 games in a row to end the season with no points. So, bit of a mixed bag there last season, and his first real season in the NHL, 10 points in 28 games played. For me, I like this because this means we don't have to steal a player from the Roadrunners. We've been keeping Kirkland on the team, but he hasn't really played. He's been going up and down, up and down. So thankfully, Kirkland could stay with the Roadrunners. I know he definitely wants to be in the NHL, but we can't keep stealing players from the Roadrunners. They're on a hot streak right now. They're battling for first in their division. I know we stole Gunther. We lost Sanford on waivers. So we really have been hurting the Roadrunners this season. So this just allows us to have a warm body, keep Kirkland with the Roadrunners to help them out. And maybe for me, we see O'Brien finally scratched. I know he's fell out of favor with the fans, and for me as well. I didn't expect him to play all 82 games this season, and he's on track to play all 82 games this season. I was so happy in the offseason with the amount of depth the Coyotes added that finally O'Brien could just come in some games where it's heated, more physical, be that sort of enforcer guy. But, there's some games, and it's been a lot now, where he's kind of taking boneheaded penalties and putting the Coyotes shorthanded where they shouldn't be, and maybe costing the Coyotes some points in the standings. So I would like O'Brien scratched, put Ruzicka in. For me, I would start him on a line with McBain and Carcone to fill in O'Brien's spot and just see how that works. Give the team a different look. I know everyone loves fighting. I love fighting as well. But you got guys like McBain who fights. Krause could get into it. Brown fights as well, and he's really good at it. If anything, Brown is better than O'Brien at fighting. Dumba's not afraid to throw the gloves. It's about being mean, heavy, and competitive, but also you got to put the puck in the net and not cost your team some knucklehead penalties at the same time. He's a former fourth round pick in 2017. Valimaki was a first round pick in 2017. So that's why maybe we saw such a resurgence from Valimaki because he carried that first round pedigree. For Ruzicka, fourth rounder, it could be, a wake up call for him. The Coyotes love reclamation projects. They like taking players who are sort of on thin ice with their NHL career. So it could be a good wake up call. Maybe we see some bursts of good hockey from Ruzicka. But to be honest, what I get out of this is another depth player that we could play around with in the bottom six. I don't think he's going to touch the top six, even though some Calgary Flame fans they want him in the top six because that's where he flourishes. But I think for the Coyotes, it's going to be more the bottom six. Gets O'Brien to sit out some games, get his head together, and makes us not force us to take players from Tucson. So overall, a very low risk, some moderate reward here, and hopefully he fits well with the Coyotes. He's a big Slovakian fans. Calgary fans have also said that even though he's huge, he doesn't play a big style hockey game. He's maybe a bit soft, doesn't really use his body in corners, not a huge hitting guy. So maybe Turney and Bill Armstrong could get with him, talk with him, say, hey, we want you to use your body. They did the same thing with Kesselring, where they told Kesselring they need him to be meaner in front of the net, throw his body around. So this could be another project for the Coyotes management where they say, hey, you got this frame, you're this style of player. If you want to stick in the league longer than 24 years old, this is the way you got to play, and we'll give you a chance to practice at it at the NHL level with the Coyotes. So that's it for me. Thank you for watching. If you like what you see, spread the word. And as always, thank you for your support.